Good morning, everyone. How are you doing? This is Amanda. I wanted to record a little video for you to show you where I am and to share some thoughts and some healing vibrations, but also for me as a sort of diary note to come back to remember this moment as well. I think I'm right in saying it's Palm Sunday today. So we are a week before Easter, and last night in the town where I'm staying in Switzerland, there were a number of people that were carrying what at first I thought were floral arrangements, but it soon became clear it was mostly made up of branches and fern, and I assume it's probably linked into the Palm Sunday energy. So I'm going to go down later to a little church and soak up the vibrations of that place. I'm in a town called Grindelwald, and there's a bit of a family history here. Not my family history, my husband's, and my children's actually, because let me just get this right. My husband's great-great-grandfather died here on one of the mountains. I think it was the Wetterhorn. And he is buried, or was buried, in the little churchyard here. Many years ago, of course. And the story goes that he had a heart attack on the mountain when he was hiking. And his father had to bring him down the mountain. And he was laid to rest in this place. His grave no longer exists. I think it was one of those things where every 50 years or so, I don't know, you have to probably pay a bit more money to keep the plot. And I think it was let go, which is a bit of a shame. But I think what I might do is take some of the little beautiful flowers that are here, just little tiny wildflowers, and just lay them in the churchyard in memory of him, who's called Alfred. So yes, there's a bit of a family connection. It's been nice to come back for that reason. I haven't been to Switzerland for 40 years, and I have to say it's just the most stunningly beautiful place. The mountains completely and utterly speak to my soul, and I'm somebody who lives beside the sea, so I'm used to the stirrings of Mother Nature and the way that the sea changes day by day, the colours change. And it's the same with the mountains. The landscape just changes. This morning when I woke up, the mountains were covered in a dusting of snow. The first day that we came, there was snow. We've also had sunshine, we've had cloud, we've had rain. We've had everything that nature can bring. And it's all beautiful. I've made some notes to do a longer video when I get back home on what the mountains are teaching me, and hopefully I can pass on to you. But one of the things that I've heard so strongly, and I will elaborate, is feeling the energy of Moses, who of course went up the mountain to meet God, Great Spirit, whatever you want to call that overriding creative force in our universe, to receive the 10 Commandments all those years ago. And what I felt and heard so strongly is, what if God is the mountain? What if God is the sea? What if God is the desert? What if God is all these places in nature which we try to climb or swim or navigate or walk through, and maybe with some success, maybe with not. I'm quite near the Eiger, and I think there's about 60 people that have died trying to climb the Eiger since the, don't quote me, 40s, something like that. Just stand up. But I just really feel the Moses energy. And then you start to think, if the mountain is actually God, a representation of God, a representation of all that is, maybe man, whether it be Moses, whether it be us, when we are in touch with the mountain and on it, her, him, we're in touch with that universal creative force. And so, of course, we can download what Mother Nature, what God the Father, Great White Spirit wants for us, how it's best to live, the codes by which we will get the best out of life. We will get the best out of life if we don't behave in ways that are going to cause harm to this great, beautiful world, to each other, to ourselves. So, yeah, what if the mountain is God? And then I went into the little church here, and there's a beautiful stained glass depiction of Moses, which I really thought was beautiful as well. I'll take some photographs of that later. Interestingly, before I came out to Switzerland, I stumbled across a video on YouTube. I guess I was meant to see it. I'm not going to name who it was because it's negative, low energy. But we're in a dualistic energy and universe, so I need to tell the other side of the story. And this video basically, on quite a well-known platform, was dissing this great country of Switzerland and saying it's one of the darkest places on earth. That in these mountains there are just all the tunnels and, you know, the trafficking, and this is where darkness is seated, I guess linked into money and power. And I watched it just before jetting out and I thought, oh, okay. And lots of people in the comments were saying, oh my gosh, yes, when I visited Switzerland, I felt so ill, couldn't wait to leave. And I thought, well, it's not how I experienced it 40 years ago, but we'll see. Went with an open mind. And all I can feel is light. These mountains are extraordinary. The people seem amazing. The air is so clean. The water is so clean. My skin, I've just noticed since I've been here, it's just completely upgraded. And what is the skin? The skin is one of the ways through which we detoxify. So, you know, I want to answer that video and say, isn't it interesting? Maybe it's through the goggles that you are looking at the world. If you look for evil and darkness, you will find it anywhere. If you look for beauty, you will find it everywhere. And you'll certainly find it in a place like this. Stunning. And it strikes me that over the years, whether it's a place, whether it's a person, often the place or the person or thing that holds a particularly high vibration is the thing that others try to take down and say, oh no, it's not that, it's something else. Almost to detract us so that we don't focus on the goodness and the nourishment that can be found in such a beautiful place. I'm used to feeling energy, and I know what I'm feeling here is true and good and holy and sacred and pure. In fact, I could quite easily live on the mountains or by the mountains. Maybe in another life I did. Maybe that's why I feel so at home here. But yeah, it's just stunning. Let's just walk down a little bit. Where are my glasses so I don't fall over? I don't want that. I must admit though, the hills are showing my lack of fitness. So when I get back, I'm going to try and tackle that. I've got a little bit of a way up. My family have gone on. I'll go and try and find them in a moment, but I was slowing them down. But also I thought, no, it's about the journey, isn't it? I don't want to race up. I want to take my time just to feel the energy of here. I love the way all the little houses, they're all dotted on the hillside. Let's just go down a bit and it's like all the mountains are hidden behind other mountains. Anyway, I hope you're all doing well. And yes, Palm Sunday, very important day, very important moment, very dualistic moment. You know, Jesus welcomed into Jerusalem, the hero, the king, laying down all of the beautiful palms to welcome his arrival, hailing the king. And then 1 week later, he's crucified. He is vilified. He is betrayed. Light and dark. And then, of course, the light rises again, because the light always wins. The light always wins. I love the energy of Jesus. I love the energy of these hills. I love the energy of this country. It feels good. I think I'm getting in touch with my Scandinavian bloodline. Well, the Vikings were Norway, weren't they? But anyway, this part of the world. Can you hear the bird song? It's beautiful. Shall we walk a bit? Let's walk a bit. I'll soon get out of puff, so I might not walk for very far with you, but let's do that for a bit. Let me put my glasses on. Let me get my backpack on. Packing for this holiday was interesting because it's not the type of holiday I've ever done before. Most of the gear I've brought has been useful. I haven't read all the books that I thought I was going to read. I've just been really sort of reflecting and tuning in to this place and this land. And my God, waking up every day and drawing back the curtains and just seeing mountains. Takes us to simpler times. Takes us back to Mother Nature. And the other thing it does is it strips away so much of the nonsense of modern day life and what we get distracted by and what we focus on. Look behind me here. Can you see that path? It reminds me of the painting that Jane did for the New Christ Consciousness deck, and we called it Pilgrim Steps. And they were based on a place that I went to called, which many of you will have gone to, St Michael's Mount in Cornwall. There are pilgrim steps, but these just feel like even older. Maybe they are the steps to the top of the mountain. And who are we going to meet there? God? The man with the white beard? No, I don't think so. I think God is all of this. I think God is this beautiful moss. I think God is the drop of rain that just fell on my hand. I think God is that beautiful violet flower. What do you think? Oh, it's so pretty. I'll pan the camera around in a minute. I thought about getting a GoPro for this trip, but me and technology. It's a little bit slippy, so I'm just being a bit careful. We don't want this to be my last ever video. Oh God, hold on. Especially as they've left me. Oops. Except they haven't. I allowed myself to be left. I wanted to be alone on this place. Look, let's go up here. Let me pan the camera around. You see those flowers? Isn't that magnificent? Let's focus back this Easter on what is important. Not falling over. No, but also the beauty of Mother Nature. Do you know, I know where my family have gone. I think there's a cafe at the top here. Because obviously we're not going to the top of the mountain. I can't even tell you where we are going. It flattens out a bit in a minute. I'm thinking when I get back, guys, I would like to start doing more vlogs just on things like trying to get fit and all of that. All of the things we struggle with. Right. There is an elemental being over here in the rock. Let me go and introduce you. And let me go and say hello to it. Hold on. Here, look at this. Turn the camera around, hold on. There he is. Might not be able to fully see it from where I'm pointing the camera, but I can see a creature. Let's just try and commune with it. Commune with this piece of land. The moss is so wet. Rest, it says, rest. Rest and receive. Be. Allow yourself to be. Allow yourself to align. It's just so beautiful. So beautiful. Okay, my friends, I'm going to leave it there. I will see you all soon. And when I get back, we will be doing a video for Easter itself. And I've got a few other subjects up my sleeve. I'll go and see if I can find my tribe at the top of the mountain. But part of our tribe, a big part of our tribe is nature. These trees are my tribe. This moss is my tribe. The other thing that I'm feeling so strongly since being here is the ancestors. So okay, John's great-grandfather, my children's great-great-great-grandfather, whose spirit must be here. He died in this place. But my ancestors as well. Just receive the energy of this place. And I send you love. Take care. Love you all. Bye.